Okay, I think we have a lot of stuff here that is like just sitting. Like, I need to like finish it. So I think we're just gonna kind of like work through some of these projects that I just kind of like put them on pause. So we have, I think we're just gonna kind of like see how much of this slab built mug we can finish. Because I like basically when we started glazing, I put like all of the other stuff like on pause. Because I only had this area to be working in. And let's like, I don't know, I just kind of need to check on this clay. It's pretty, this outer piece is like quite, it's not too bad, but then this inner part is like really stiff. I've been like, I don't know. I would say busy, but kind of not really actually busy. Yesterday, what I did was in the stream yesterday, we finished just kind of applying a little bit of glaze, like on top of those plates that I was working on. So I did kind of like a pour technique with multiple glazes, and then and then it just like started cracking a lot, and I was like, I don't know. But I kind of like added some of that white cloud on top, and then off camera last night I did go and put the clear glaze over them. So now they're ready. They're kind of like in my pile for being ready to be fired. Where is that? Oh, here's my cup. Sorry, we're not gonna be doing like some crazy stuff. I really just need to catch up on what is happening. The stream is just kind of like intended to kind of like follow along like what like kind of like my work process, and just kind of like sharing like what I'm doing. So, I mean, sometimes I try to make it more exciting for you guys, but like we are seriously behind. Like, I really don't want this clay to like dry out. So we're just gonna kind of like work with it a little bit. If you want to, like, if you don't care about like kind of like fixing clay, like you could just totally let it dry out and then just like throw it into your reclaim. But I don't really want to do that, so I don't know. This is just me. It's like fairly flat. You don't really want to be too thick, because the more surface area where you can apply water to it is better. So let's just kind of like spray this with some water, get the other side. And then of course smaller pieces will dry out much faster. So we're just gonna kind of stick, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna stick it on there. Oh my gosh, this is like, this one is quite a lump. I don't know. These ones are like really big. I don't know. I can like say, I'll just like tell myself I'm gonna do that tonight. I don't know. I've just been like, I've been spending a lot of time figuring out what I want to order. I was gonna make an order off Bailey's Pottery, but now I'm like, I don't know. I like collected this, I put together this whole order of stuff, and the shipping's gonna be like $40. And I was like, holy cow. I only ordered off there like one other time, and that was like to get my wheel. I ordered some other things too. I think like the wheel was free for shipping, but the other, like, I ordered other stuff and that was not free. I ordered like, I don't know, like glazes and stuff to go with it, and that was like not free. So I'm like, I don't know. This is like, I don't know. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so big, and it is, but I feel like it's gonna shrink like quite a bit. Oh my gosh, this part's like driving me crazy. I just have like no idea like. Okay, so this is how it looks like compared to my current mug. It doesn't look like... I mean, you can tell it is a bit bigger, but it's not like crazy bigger. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the handle. I feel like it looks really small. Well, something that we need to do is like make a base for this. So I think we can go ahead and do that for now. And then let me see. We should like, oh my gosh, we should probably use like this clay over here, but I don't know. I just don't want to like bore you guys. So, I guess we'll just grab some from the bag. I don't want to like bore you guys like just, I don't know, I'm trying to add water to the clay. Kind of guessing how much we need. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a bad idea. All right. So this is pretty squishy, but I literally just sprayed it, so I think I'm just gonna kind of like squish it around. Cause I just sprayed it with water, so if I just like put it on table, it's gonna kind of just like stick to it a lot. So I'm just gonna like smush it around a bit. Just gonna like mix a bit of that moisture in. Okay. And now we're gonna wedge. I'm so tired. I need like a nap. Okay, I think we're almost done with this. Okay, I think that should be good. So we're gonna do a slab of this. I don't know if this is like a proper technique, but I saw at least one person, or I don't know, maybe a couple people doing this. Kind of like flattening the slab before they actually roll it out. And then you don't get quite as like weird edges. So we're gonna use this rolling pin to roll it out, and then we have these bumpers. I don't know, I call them bumpers. They're just kind of like, they keep it at a certain height when you're rolling it out. And I use this height a lot. So I think this is probably around what we used last time. You want to kind of like make sure that you're flipping the clay around. Oh, I think we're at height. Basically, it's a bit thick, but that's fine. That's fine for the bottom. I'm so tired. Okay. We're gonna probably like make a foot with it too. Where is my rib? Okay, so now we want to compress the clay. So I'm just gonna just kind of like go around and push down on it on both sides, and then there's kind of like a bit of clay here. I'm gonna try to get that out of there. So we're just gonna go along on both sides and pressing in different directions. I really am just guessing like how many times you should do this. I don't really know. I just do it a few times. And then definitely like making sure that all of these cracks are gone, at least in terms of like where we're gonna cut out our shape. So like we have quite a few cracks over here, but if we're not gonna use this entire thing, so we can just like avoid some of those if we want. All right. What is that? Is that like sponge? I think that's a piece of sponge. Let me just like... So that should disappear if we kind of like go over it a few times. See, now it's like gone. And I'm trying to keep it all around the same height. When you're doing like the compression, it might not really be perfect. All right, so we have this thing, which is like not a perfect circle. I'd like it to be a little bit more circular, if possible. I'm just kind of like sort of like pushing it into place. This is like that part where like clay kind of has memory of like where it was. So we kind of want to establish it into the round shape, because otherwise when it dries, it might try to move back into the slightly not as round shape. Okay, so what I'm thinking is just cutting out around it, but like not perfectly, just like adding a little bit of extra, and then we're gonna push it up towards the pot for kind of like a connection, and then like trimming off like that kind of like maybe like a little bit of an excess bump there. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at my bunny and she is being so adorable. I have to show you. What's she doing? She's being so cute. Oh, I can't like zoom in. But she's just like over there. She's like rolling around and like, oh my gosh, she's being like adorable. That's Emmy. Okay, I should not move that. All right, focus time. It's time to focus. So let me just kind of like maybe do like a rough kind of like trace of like around where we're gonna go. If anyone happens to be in Portland, Oregon, I'll just kind of like put out a little PSA. Georgie's Ceramics is missing their cat, George. So if you're in the area, he is missing. So be on the lookout. Their Instagram has like stories and like pictures of him. He's kind of missing around the kind of like Halsey Target area, sort of northeast Portland. His name is George, So obviously he is the owner of Georgie's. So we got you know, we gotta find him. We have to find the owner of Georgie's, or else, you know, things are not gonna be good for the business. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think they're so sad. I keep checking on their Instagram to see if they found him, and they like at least since what I saw last night, they haven't. He's been missing for actually like a couple days now, like maybe like 2 days now. This might be like the third day or so. I'm not sure, but I'm like, George, we have to find him. I don't really know how to describe what color he is, but they have pictures of him on their website. Hopefully they find him soon. The poor baby. He just got like surgery, I guess. And it is fall here in Portland. And so he has like he got surgery. He's not feeling well. He has like a lot of fur missing from them shaving him for the surgery. And I'm just like, George, we have to find him. Okay. I'm just gonna like smush this excess piece down so it's not too thick of a clump. I'm gonna dunk it in my water bucket. Alright. Just gonna put that there for it to probably dry out, and then I'm gonna be very upset. Okay. So, let me just kind of like, I'm just kind of like thinking through steps. There's kind of, okay, so this is the attachment area for like the cylinder. I think I'm just gonna trim it just a tiny bit because it's gonna be really annoying to trim it like the inner part once we attach it. So I think I should do this one. Where is that? My dish went missing. There's a dish that I use to throw all my trimming scraps in. I have no idea where it went. Okay. So I'm just gonna like fix the inside of this area just a bit. I guess I'll just like, I'll just add here that I am not really trained in slab building. We're just trying it out and we're going at it. I did mention this in the video where we actually started making this mug, which I don't know how long ago that was. But I might not know like a lot of like the slab building techniques or maybe like things that are normal with it. So just so you guys know. I have some like basic ideas of what's going on. All right, so we have this little kind of like hard to see. It's like just like a needle tool basically, except it has a bunch of needles on it. So we're just gonna scrape this up. This is pretty normal for anyone that is doing like if you're doing any kind of attachments. So this one's really nifty because it has like so many that are just kind of like scraping at the same time. Just kind of like want to rough up the area so that it makes it easier for it to like attach. And then, I don't know, guess we'll do this side. This one is a little bit drier than our fresh clay, but hopefully that's not too big of a deal. They should, if you're attaching them, they should be closer to the same like moisture level or like dryness, whatever word you prefer. I don't want to say like wetness because that just sounds weird. I guess like dryness, but they're really not really like leaning on being dry, so I don't know. I don't know like what is a better word for that. Now we got a huge mess. I'm just gonna move this just a bit out of our space. A little workspace here. All right. And then when you do the attachment, you can use either just water or you can use slip. Slip is literally clay with water, like really well mixed together, kind of in like kind of like a consistency of around maybe like cream, somewhere around there. So it's like it's very not dry. Okay, so we have scratch side. Gonna take the other scratch side, put them together, and just kind of like, I should probably just be using my banding wheel. I'm just gonna grab that real quick. Banding wheels are not like, they're not really like necessary to have working if you're just getting started, but they are really handy. Like here I can just like quickly turn it, check it out, and we can see like, oh, okay, like over here it's like, we didn't, let me just, let me just grab it and we kind of look at while we're doing it. Okay. And then definitely at this point we want to make sure that our cylinder is still staying fairly round and it's like in the position where we want it to be. It's, if you like threw it, it is gonna really hold that same position, but like because we just kind of rolled this out, it's being a little wonky. So I'm just kind of like taking a look at like how it's looking, like where it's attaching and all of that. Usually you kind of like smush them together, but they're like pretty attached at this point. It's like super necessary to like kind of like stab at this, but we can go and do that. Maybe I'll just like take the other one, my other needle tool. I don't know if it's like that necessary to score this side here. I guess it's just like I don't know. All right, so cool. What I'd like to do is put some clay in at that, like basically at the area where they're joined. Just kind of like add a little bit of stability, and it just kind of like helps it. Like it kind of just like helps that connection point. So let's see, I think I'll do that in a bit. I kind of want to do this part because we wouldn't want this bottom to dry out and then we're not really able to like do the connection. So I just kind of like pushed it up against here a bit. And then I think this is basically what we're gonna do with the rib is just kind of do this. I mean, you don't really need a rib for this, but I think it might do like, maybe just like help us push a bit, quite a bit up. This is just kind of like what I was thinking. And then we can go and like, whatever, trim off whatever we don't want. I don't know like what the normal procedure would be for like making a slab built mug, but I feel like there's probably different ways that you could go about it. I feel like what we're doing here is kind of weird, but I don't know, this is what we're doing. We're just going at it. I'm just gonna say, there are certain things in ceramics where it's like, okay, you do need to like do certain things, such as like the scoring that we did earlier, that kind of stuff. But then there are a lot of things where it doesn't matter like how you do it to get the end result that you want. Like you can do a lot of different things, I think, to get to the same like end piece. Like there are different ways that you can make handles. Obviously there are different ways you can make a mug. You could like coil a mug, which we haven't done any coiling on here because I'm not really a fan of coiling. And maybe that's like something we could do for another video. And then of course, probably like the most common way to make a mug is on the wheel, which I don't know. I haven't worked on the wheel in a little bit. I loved those super tiny vases that I did on the wheel. We didn't do any wheel work on the live stream yet, but maybe, maybe we'll do that sometime. It's just kind of like, I think that would be like a little bit, it's kind of like a little bit of a different thing that would be happening. Like, I don't know. I guess I would have to like set up my computer differently in case anybody like was chatting. Because if I have like my phone recording from a certain angle, like so that, I don't know, like a side angle or something, then like I wouldn't be able to see like if somebody's like in the chat saying things. So I guess I'm not really sure about that. Let me think what we should do now. We got almost 25 minutes left, so we do have quite a bit of time. Okay, so I think so we're kind of at an odd spot. So we kind of need the bottom to dry before we start trimming, but this is also a good time to like put the handle on. But like I don't want to like put the handle on and then be like, okay, now we have to trim around the handle. I don't know. I feel kind of weird like trimming a spot out for the handle. I don't know how people normally do this. I don't make mugs very often, like ever. I've really only made a couple. I guess, I don't know. I guess I'll just trim a section out here for where the handle's gonna go. This is definitely very odd, I think. I don't think normal people do this. Yeah, but like the whole pot is like the walls are very thick right now, so we're definitely gonna have to do trimming. I don't know. Hopefully this isn't too bad of an idea. The pot walls are actually they're not quite leather hard, but they're a bit stiffer than like the clay that we just rolled out. So I don't know. It's not too bad. You definitely don't want to wait too long to apply the handle. Where both the clay body and the handle are like too dry. So it's really, you have to catch it at like the perfect time. So I'm just gonna scrape out like a good amount here. Of course, we're getting the bits that we literally just attached here. That's fine. I really hope this is not like, okay, so like this clay says it's a porcelain. I don't know if there's like a true porcelain, which would be like cone 10. I feel like that's normally what people are talking about when they're talking about porcelains, like cone 10. But this one, this is for cone 6, and it says that it's a porcelain. So I don't know. I just know like generally people say that porcelains shrink a lot. And they do. When I did like the college classes, we were doing cone 10 and we had like stoneware and porcelain for it, and it was pretty it did shrink quite a bit. I'm not really like used to like gauging the difference quite yet, and this is like a completely new clay to me. It's not the same as what I had been using, so I'm still kind of like need to get used to like how much this one will shrink. Hopefully we don't have a massive cup, because like your instincts to like making stuff is to like make it the size of like when it's done, but like you can't do that. Because it is gonna shrink. Like the more, like, it doesn't matter like how much you want to not shrink, it's still gonna do it, you know? Like so I don't know, we're really just guessing. I mean, it's not gonna be too small, probably not. I would be shook if this was fired and fully done and it was too small, whatever that is. I need to do some more. I'm thinking of like doing some more measurements and stuff, like measuring pieces like along the way throughout the process, because like even going from where it is now to bone dry, it's gonna shrink, and then the 2 times that you put it into the kiln for firing, it's also gonna shrink. So I'm kind of like thinking of like doing that, like measuring things at different points. I just have to like actually remember to do that, which I'm not so great at. Sorry, I have like a hiccup. Okay, so it's really thin at the top here. Well, I'm trying to think of like the other mugs that I've made. I really just need to like do it and like, you know, just like get more experience doing them and everything will be fine. I just like, I don't know. I just like am like, no, let's just not do them. But if this, so like, if this turned out too big, but it was like a good shape, and like if the handle fit it size-wise and like everything else was pretty good, what you could do is make a slip mold of it, because of course, like, so you have a piece, probably, I mean, you can do them at different stages, but probably like a finished glazed piece, and then you make a slip mold of that, and then what it's going to make from the mold is going to be a smaller version, of course. So that wouldn't be too bad of an outcome. I guess it's just like, I don't know, like, how does the handle look? Like, is like when you make the second piece, like, is the handle too small or something? Who knows? But that wouldn't be too bad of a thing to test out. It's definitely been on my mind to possibly make or buy slip cast molds. If I'm gonna buy one, I really want it to be just like perfect in a few ways, like the perfect kind of like shape that's not too, like something that really fits with what I'm doing and isn't like too specific in any way. A lot of molds will, like, I don't know, be like a pumpkin shape or like, I don't know. I don't know, or like be weird in some way, like lots of details. A lot of slipcast stuff has a lot of detail in it. Or I don't know, something like extremely specific. And I really want something that is like pretty modern, not too like, something that doesn't really have like edges to it. So something geometric is not really what I would want. Like, they have ones that have like kind of like geometric patterns in it, and they have like texture or whatever. That's not like, that's something that I wouldn't really want. So I'm kind of like, if I was gonna get one, I really want like the right one. I guess I could make a mold out of like a mug that I have right now. I do have one that I feel like is oversized. But like, I feel like for the most part they're I feel like for the most part they are a good size. Or like, I don't know. All right. I don't know. I'm kind of like guessing at how thick this should be. Maybe that's okay. And then this is keeping it shaped fairly well. Where's my thing? I kind of want like my feathering knife. Maybe just like chop off the chunk that's over here. All right. I'll put that in there. I don't know, I just kind of like need a decent idea of like where the bottom is. I think like maybe that is okay. This handle is getting very dry, so we have to work quickly. I'll apply some more water to it, I think, when we're done. So we're gonna score this just real quickly. You really don't have to do anything too crazy with the scoring. And you don't have to have like a special tool for it. Just whatever's gonna like really rough up the clay. So I think I'm just gonna kind of we're gonna add some clay around it too. So I'm just gonna like do quite a big like area. I think it's going like somewhere around here. Okay. Perfect. Grab my water. So we're gonna add water to this. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of water to the handle. It is like really dry. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of look at like where the top and bottom are, and then just try to like, we're gonna like add some support back here inside of the cup and just kind of like push it and wiggle it around. I'm kind of like looking at it and it's a little bit a little wonky. All right. And we're going to do the bottom. Just kind of like push it in, wiggle it around. And then you want to take a look at it and see if it is straight, of course. Like move this to the right a little, if it'll let me. All right, cool. So that should be good. And we want to add a lot of water to this because this thing is so dry. We really want to kind of like try to like revert it back a bit to being closer to the dryness of the cup. Okay, it's kind of like a tiny mug handle. I think it's gonna really like, I don't know, it's like, it's probably gonna shrink a lot. I feel like it's probably might be on the edge of like a little too late to be like changing the shape of the handle. We'll just see. Hopefully, not too bad, maybe. I don't know. What we have over here? Those are a little dry. Just okay. And what we want to do right now is like add some clay to this connection point. I mean, I'm not like too worried about like scoring a ton of this, but whatever, we can just kind of like score some of that. And then we're just gonna like take our clay and like, I don't know, just kind of like guess at how much we want to put on here. Since we're pushing it down and like moving it quite a bit around, I'm not like too worried about scoring it like a ton. Because we're really gonna be like pushing down on it and moving it around and that. And then how much you're applying at this point for the attachment is really on you. It's just kind of like preference. It's really good to do at least some to help with the connection point, like instability and not breaking and that kind of stuff. But it really, I mean, you could put a ton on here. You can put just like kind of like bare minimum there. That's really just kind of like on you and like kind of just like the overall shape that you're going for. So I like it to be pretty like well integrated into like kind of like a seamless look. But some people don't really like that. Some people kind of like it to really showcase that the handle is a separate piece that has been like joined to it. That's just, you know, kind of depends on like the maker. Sorry, we're kind of at like a weird angle for me to be showing you guys this part. Add a bit more there. We only have a few more minutes. Hopefully we can finish this part. I'm gonna have to like finish like this joining part because I do not want to like leave this half done and then walk away. I mean, I guess if you really like watered it down and stuff, like it should be okay. But I don't know. I'm just like kind of the person that like is like kind of always planning for the worst. Sometimes. Because there's so many points where things can go wrong. Like, you don't need to be adding extra, like, things. I don't know. That's just me. And then small like places like this, it's really great to have like certain tools to like get into smaller areas and move clay around. I'm kind of like figuring out how I want this to go like as I go. Sorry, I kind of need to like optimize like where this is pointing for so I can like work with it and like see what I'm doing. Okay. Just kind of like adding some extra water. Of course, like to the handle because it's like really dry, but also like trying to like mix those clays together of like these, the clay that we're adding to it and the handle. We have to like get over here too. Oops. Okay. We are just about time, so I'll just kind of give my little spiel. So for anybody watching on Twitch, thank you so much for being here and watching the video. I do a stream weekdays from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time on weekdays. So I will be back here tomorrow. I don't know. I guess we'll be working on this mug. Because this thing needs a bit of work to be done. Probably working on this some more. We have to do a bit of trimming and all of that. So let me kind of like take a look. Yeah, and then all of the Twitch videos will be going onto YouTube at Callie & Co. And you can find our whole stream archive there. There are a lot of videos for you to watch. there's like, so we have like the whole like stream archive, and then we have some other ceramic related videos, general art topics, and well, it's kind of like maybe like small business, handmade business related videos as well. So be sure to check it out. If you are on YouTube, check out the other videos we have. And be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you're viewing this from, so you know when we have more videos coming out or when we're live. Okay, it's not looking too bad. Yeah. So this is what we have. So let me like move the camera a bit. Cool. Yes. I don't know. I can't decide if the handle looks like too small, because like sometimes they just always look too small. But then we're also going to be trimming a bunch of this off. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for being here and tuning in, watching the video. I really appreciate, you know, anybody that is joining in and watching. Yeah. I think that's like basically it. We'll be here tomorrow working on this again. And yeah, I will see you guys later. All right, bye. Oops.